Hey guys, it is Kayla Waller with Waller Adventures, and today I am going to show you how I am going to plant my potatoes for my backyard garden. So stick around, check it out. Alright guys, so we are going to plant our potatoes in these 10-gallon buckets. This is my first time planting them this way. Back when I was growing up and I grew up on my grandparents' farm, they'd always grew corn, potatoes, peas and stuff like that. And so every year we always did potatoes, and you did the normal, plow in the field, put the potatoes in, dig the potatoes out, the basic growing potato ordeal. But I can't do that because I am in the suburbs of Orlando, Florida. So we are growing them in these 10-gallon pots. I've also never done this type of growing process. It's always been seeds. But this time I am doing something a little different, and I will show you. So we are growing two types of potatoes. We are growing the red potato and we are growing the yellow Yukon potato. As you can tell, this one is ready to be planted. But the reason why I chose these two is because these are the main two potatoes that I use for all my cooking recipes and my stews and things like that. All right, so you can see it is in a cup. It is a medieval times cup. But here's the potato. So I put a wooden like a skewer through it, so it would sit there and balance on top of the cup like so. But you can see it's got roots growing on it. You can see the bottom's kind of red too. So they've actually been sitting in here. I think this has been sitting in here for a month or half a month, probably like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. The yellow ones, as you can see, they've been sitting in there longer, probably a month and a half. So here's the yellow Yukon potato, but look at all the roots it's got. It's got a cluster of them, and it's also got the sprouts on top. The red potatoes are starting to get sprouts on the top, which means they're ready to be planted as well. So I'm going to go through the soil part, so that way you can see what soil I'm using. I'm actually using some of my compost that I've been making for maybe 6 months now, or longer. So let's get our soil ready for the potatoes to be planted. So I got my buckets in my garden. This garden is called the OG. It's called the original garden. But I'm not planting the potatoes in the soil. Like I said, I'm planting them in these pots. But I'm just putting them in here to protect them because of the cage. And I don't want to stick them in the patio because, I don't want them to leak because there's holes in these. And when it rains, the water gets in it, they'll leak, and it's been messing up the patio, the concrete on the patio. So I'm sticking them in here. But you can see there's already soil in these, and the soil's kind of been matted down. So I'm going to freshen it up, and while I'm freshening it up, I'm going to put the compost in there and mix it all together. All right, so you can see the soil in there. So I'm going to stir this up a little bit. It still smells good. It smells like fresh dirt. There's an earthworm in there. Nice. That means there's good nutrients and things in here. All right. So I kind of got that mixed up. So we're going to go get the compost. All right. So here is my composter. You can tell it rotates. It rolls around. I did a video on this already. I did a video with using guinea pig poop in my compost. So that's what's in here. I got guinea pig poop. I got hay from the guinea pig cage. I also have eggshells, coffee grinds, vegetables. I even have the turkey from Christmas in here, the turkey bones. I boiled them to get turkey broth. So I can have turkey and rice, or you can call it turkey hash. But yeah, so that's in there. And I kind of, there's 2 chambers in there, and I've kind of split it up. So I'm going to empty out both chambers, and I'm going to split them between the 4 buckets. So I'm going to move this out of the way. As you can tell, the weight of it has made it sink into the ground. All right, get everything pushed to the front. All right, this is going to be a little tricky. It's pretty gnarly in there. It smells pretty intense. I'm trying to get the bucket underneath it as much as I can. All right. So you can see the eggshells. And you can see some of the hay. There's some turkey bones. So when I made the video for the compost, I did not realize that you need to put water in here, and that's one reason why I stuck it outside, so that way the rain will get into it and add some water to it. And then every now and then I'll put water in here as well, and then while I come out here and rotate it to mix it up together. All right, so I'm going to close this side back up. So I didn't get all of it out, which is fine. When I put more stuff in there, it will help it decompose. But you can tell, look at all the compost we got. You can see there's some hay in there, there's some eggshells, there's a turkey bone right there at the top. So let's go put this in our potato bin, basically. All right, so I'm only going to dump like half of this in here. Oh yeah, there's a turkey bone. All right, that's about half. I'm gonna save that for the one behind it. All right, so I'm gonna kind of get this mixed in here as much as I can. All right, so I've got some more soil out here in the buckets, so I'm gonna put that on top. I'm gonna kind of pack it in there a little bit. All right, after I kind of got it packed in there, I'm gonna kind of stir this top a bit around with it. There you go. Put some more in there. So you notice this soil right here, it's wet, it's moist, but it's got leaves in it, which is fine. It will compost as well. Oh, there's a big, huge earthworm. Look at that. Check out that earthworm. He's big. But that's good. I want earthworms in here. That means my soil is good. I'm going to grab, I think I'm going to do this side red. So I'm going to grab the red one and put it down there. Move some buckets out of the way. The earthworm's not moving. It's cold here in Florida right now. All right, so I got the potato. It's the red one. I'm gonna set a cup of water off to the side because I will use it to water it. Take the stake out, hopefully take the stake out if I can. It's probably grown in there. Wouldn't be surprised. There it goes. I'll probably throw this in the compost. So I'm gonna dig a little hole, put it on top like that. Like so. You kind of want to leave the top of it up like that. All right. Pour some water in it. Around it. All right. So the first potatoes in the ground. All right, so I'm going to do a rinse and repeat process on what we just did. So I'll see you when I'm done. All right, so they're all planted, watered, good to go. So I went back and checked Google because, like I said, I've never planted them this way before. I've just always done seeds in a whole big farm setting. I've never done it inside pots like this before. But it showed to put the potato in the ground and then put the soil on it. So that's what I did. But from what it looks like from the pictures that I've seen, you can do it different ways. If you have a whole potato, you can just fill, like for instance, I would have filled that half full, put the potatoes in there, and then waited until they started rooting, and then put more on top of it. And as it grew, you put more and more soil on it. But since these are already in half, already had roots, and especially the yellow ones, they already had the big, huge sprouts. I just went ahead and filled it up, dug 2 or 3 inches down, and put the potato in there and covered it up. When I bring you over here to look a little closer at them, you'll see the yellow ones, some of the sprigs are already up at the top. But yeah, so I went back and I fixed that one, the first one that I did, put it in the ground, put the rest of them in the ground. The soil is really moist. There's a lot of earthworms in them, which is good. That means your soil is good. So I might not water them for a couple of days, and I'll just let them dry out a little bit. So hopefully they will grow here, but let's take a closer look at them. So like I said, this side is red. This is that's a red one, and this is a yellow and yellow. You can see the top of it sticking out. You can see the tops of that one sticking out as well. I'll just keep a watch on these and see if I need to add more soil or anything like that. So we will see how they turn out. I'm excited. All right, so I double checked with my mom, Darlene, because she's done a lot more research on it than I have with the growing potatoes. So I showed her how I had everything in the pot, and she told me to experiment. So this is what I've done. So the yellow ones, the yellow Yukon potatoes that have the bigger sprouts on them, I dug them deeper and they're kind of closer to the bottom because I'm hoping that, well, my mom said those were the roots. And so I'm hoping that they'll spread out through the bucket. But since the red ones just had the little spuds in the roots, I put them closer to the top. And we'll see which one works. We might get only yellow potatoes. We might get only red ones. We might get both. Who knows? But she said it will. The ones that I put in the center, the potatoes will grow around it. That's kind of how it's supposed to do. And I'm hoping the red ones, it will kind of do the same thing. Maybe it will sit here and they'll grow this way, like kind of out. I mean, this is what this whole backyard gardening experiment is all about. So we will check back with them maybe about 2 weeks and see if anything's popping up, anything's growing, and then we'll check back in at the end of the month of January. It's January right now. It's January 2nd. We'll check back in February 2nd. That'll be a month, and see how well they're growing. So we'll check back in every 2 weeks and see how well they're growing. But they're supposed to grow a vine, according to my mom. They'll grow a vine, and then I've also saw online that they'll have flowers. And once the flowers bloom, that means they're ready. I've seen if the flowers bloom and die off, they're ready. My mom said when it blooms and the leaves die off, that means they're ready. But you got to be careful because you don't want them to start rotting. So according to the internet, it says 2 to 3 months. So March 2nd will be 2 months. So at the 2-month mark, I'll dig some up and see if anything's there and they look good and they're ready to be picked up. If not, then we'll give it another week. So we will see you in 2 weeks.
All right, guys, it's been about a little over 2 weeks. Look how much they've grown. Everything's looking really good. So a recap. So this whole side right here is the yellow potatoes, and that side is the red potatoes. But what is so weird is like the back potatoes back here in the back. Oh, let me refocus. Yeah, these back ones. They're two different ones. And they're planted at two different levels. So these were planted at the top. These were planted toward the middle bottom area. But it's funny how the two back ones have grown taller than the front ones. And that one's got the most growth. It's got 3, and it's the smallest. And that one's got 1, that one's got 1, and that one's got 2. Let's come over to this side and look. He been down. But yeah, so here's a little better of an angle. But yeah, that's the yellow ones, and these are the red ones. Yeah, they're all looking good. That compost is working really well. I'm surprised they have grown this big. We did have some cold weather, but it looks like it didn't really affect them. We didn't really have a frost. We just had some cold weather. But yeah, I mean, everything looks good. I'm probably going to give them a little bit of water. And we will check back in with them probably. I'll give it a month and a half. We'll check back in.
All right, so it's been about almost a month and a half now, and you can see these are still up and nice and strong. That back one is kind of being held up by that green stick back there, but that one's still staying up. But then you got this one over here, the yellow potato. It's getting a little droopy, which means it's almost time to pull it soon. And you still have that one. That one is kind of grown a smidge, but I'm excited to see what that one has. It might not have a lot in it, but that one's almost ready to be pulled up. But I'm hoping these will be ready to be pulled up at the same time that one does, but it don't look like it. So we'll see what those look like a little later on. All right, guys, so it's been about almost 2 months. I think it's like a week and a half out before it's 2 months since I planted these potatoes. As you can see, the ones that are like right here in front of me, they're still going. They are still green and lush looking. But this one back here in the back, the leaves are starting to turn brown. The vine is starting to turn brown at the bottom. So it is time to harvest those potatoes. So I'm undoing this front part of the garden, and I'm gonna lift it up so we can get back there to the potato plant. Everything's wet and and muddy. We've had rain literally for 2 days straight, and it finally stopped this morning at 9 o'clock, and I waited a little bit for it to dry up a little bit before I came out here, but it's still gonna be a little wet. All right, so you can tell, you can see it's wilted over. There is some leaves down here at the bottom that are brown. I'll bring you a little closer so you can check it out before I move it and everything. But as it was growing, they started falling over. Normally the vines will grow on the ground, but I didn't want them to lay on top of each other. So I got my little green poles and I was trying to hold them up as long as I could. These back here are being held up as well. But like I said, these are looking really green and luscious. Maybe another week or two before I can pull them. This one didn't really grow a lot. I'm just going to see what it does. But I'm going to swap these around because I got to empty out the bucket to get the potatoes out. And I'd rather put this one in the front and put the dirt in the front. I might put, we'll see what happens with the dirt. But yeah, so I'm going to get my gloves and I'm going to get a bucket and some and a shovel, and we will swap them around and get to it. So when I have to tie plants up, I get some of this twine and I put a loop on the end of it like so. So that way I can just real quick slide it on and hold it to the plant. And it's not tight, but it's tight enough where it's going to hold it up. But it's not tight where it's going to like suffocate the plant or like rip the plant apart or something like that. And then I just take this in and I either will tie it off to the chicken wire. Like you can see this one's kind of like leftover. It's attached to chicken wire. Or I can put it onto a pole. But yeah, I'm gonna switch them around and I'll let you see what it looks like up close. All right, so here's an up close view of the vine. As you can see, it's all wilted and dying off. Where's that other one? Yeah, there's some down here that's browning, you know, getting crunchy, crispy. Here's some more that's getting brown. But that lets you know that it's time to pull up the vine. Oh, all right, let me get my gloves on. Got my bucket. Got my shovel. All right. Let's dump this thing over. Huh. No. There's one little potato. There's another little potato. Some eggshells. Here's another little potato that tried to grow. Oh, that big huge earthworm. Well, that's all of the potatoes I see out of this one. Well, that one didn't produce a lot of potatoes. I'm kind of surprised because the vine was growing pretty well. But yeah, like you can see, it didn't really sprout and do anything. I'm hoping these would do more because they got a little bigger than this one did. So we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna swap these back around. Just for giggles, let's do this one. Because why not? Because it didn't really grow a lot. Oh God, what is that? It's a big, huge earthworm. Scared the mess out of me. Yeah, I don't see any potatoes in this one either. All right, so that was a little disappointing with the yellow ones. I'm hoping the red ones would have done something, but these are the only ones that we got of the yellow potatoes. I mean, they grew, but I don't think they're edible. I don't know. But hey, we had 3 of them. And here is the vine from it. You can see. But yeah. All right, so we'll give the red potatoes some more time to wilt and things like that. And then we will dig them up. They might do better because they got bigger. The vines got bigger on these. And like I said, the yellow one, that was just a little itty bitty one. It's over there on the ground. And this one, it was kind of small. So maybe we'll have more success with the red ones. Yeah, so we'll see when they're ready to be harvested. All right, guys. So it has been a little over 2 months. It's so today is March 12th. So it has been about a month and 10 days since I planted these, because I planted these January 2nd. And you can see they're wilting. That one's kind of halfway wilting, but that's wilted. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up just to go ahead and be done with them, because I'm scared that I don't want them to, you know, be moldy. But hopefully we get potatoes in this one, unlike the yellow ones. Well, so these are the red potatoes that we're getting ready to pull up. Well, hopefully pull up. Okay, so I'm gonna undo my thing here. I'm gonna pull these out. I'm gonna set them over here on the side for right now. I'm gonna kind of loop that here so I don't lose it in the ground. All right, let me see. Let me get this one undone. So, like I said previously, the only reason why I had them up like that was because I didn't want them laying on top of each other, even though they kind of ended up laying on top of each other. but I didn't want them laying on top of each other and covering themselves up so that they could get as much sun as possible, because this spot right here gets like half sun. All right, so let me spread these apart. Oh yeah, you can see that they're kind of wilted. And that one's, yeah, this one's starting to die at the bottom. I'll go ahead and pull this one up, but that one's for sure ready. All right, so let's get to it. All right, I'm gonna pull up the vine. Oh, look at that. It's got a potato on it. Wow. That's kind of an okay potato. Got some small ones right here. That's kind of an okay potato. Put it in the bucket. All right. I'm gonna dig around. Oh, look at that. Look at that potato. Yeah, the red ones did 100% better. Man, here's another one. I can feel it. I can feel it. Look at it. Ain't it so cute? All right, I'm gonna keep digging around to see if I can pull up some more potatoes. I might not be able to. I think that might be it for that, because they were kind of all up at the top. You can see the bone. Turkey bone from Christmas. Uh-oh, is that something? No, it's just a lump of stuff. All right, I think that's it for that one, but we got some okay potatoes out of that one. It's better than the yellow ones. All right, so this is the next potato plant. Uh-oh. Well, it was right there at the top. Got another potato. All right, want to dig around. Oh, there's another. It's a little one. It's a little one. Oh no, I didn't make it in there. I'll get it in a minute. Here's another one. Oh, there's another potato. Check that out. It might be it for that one. Oh no, there's another one. There's another little potato. Oh, there's another one. Another little one. Ain't it so cute? Oh, there's a little one. That ain't worth nothing. I think that's it for the potatoes in this one. Cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, we missed one. There's a little one. All right, guys, so I'm actually pleased with our little haul of potatoes that we got going on here. Like I said, this is my first time growing red potatoes and the yellow ones. Back in LaGrange, North Carolina, on the family farm, we would normally grow the normal like Idaho potatoes and things like that. So I kind of call this a success for the red ones. The yellow ones were not a success, as you saw in the beginning. But I don't know if it's because where they were placed. I don't know if it's because the compost maybe, how I planted them. Because the yellow ones, I planted them in the center, and then the red ones I kept at top just to see what would grow better. And the red ones actually grew better. Also, I don't know if it's because they got more sun, you know, they got less sun, things like that. But I do know the yellow ones were a no-go, and the red ones were pretty good. So next January, I think I'm going to try and plant the red ones again and see how well they do. I might plant a yellow one and see how well it does. I don't think it does really well. It didn't do really well this time. Maybe it's because just where it was, I don't know. But we will do this again and experiment with them some more. That's why I do these gardening videos, so you can see my experience with growing. Like we grew the potatoes, and then we did the bell peppers, we did butter beans. Butter beans work really well in Florida. What else did we do? We did a whole bunch of other stuff. And I think this summer we're going to do a jalapeno video, because we tried growing jalapenos last year and they did great. We got like 50 of them. So I'll probably do a jalapeno video this year. So be on the lookout for that one to drop later on, like toward the end of the summer. And I'll show you how we can them as well. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video of growing some potatoes in my backyard garden. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you are, we greatly appreciate it. If you're not, hit that subscribe button. It helps our channel grow. We're also on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And below this video, you can see some cool Wildlife Adventures merch. And in the description below, there's a link to our shop, so you can see more Wildlife Adventures merch. And if you go on Facebook, you can send us a message so you can purchase your very own Wild Adventures koozie and Wild Adventures holographic sticker. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Hey guys, it's me again. If you want to subscribe to your channel, click over here. If you want to check out some more videos, click down there. If you want to check out our cool merch shop, go to the description below and click the link. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.